Your husband was under a deportation order that went unenforced, and he was released pending supervision, and you still voted for the party holding the mass deportation signs?
Come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
Hey, shout out to all of the subscribers and members here on the channel. Don't forget to give the video a like. My name is Reese Waters, and this is Street Politics. Now, I had just finished recording my video about the ramifications of the Cubans losing their TPS protections.
Administration says that as soon as next month, they're going to be ending the legal status of more than 500,000 migrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. If they don't leave before losing that status, they could be targets for deportation. So these migrants were allowed into this country legally under a program from the Biden administration.
If there ever was a definition of fuck around and find out, we have just found it. Where are my Miami Cubans at, huh? Where are you guys at? Because you guys were loud and proud back then. Where are you at now? He had you all fooled saying that the deportations were only for the bad people, the unalivers, the rapists, the ones bringing drogas into the country, right? He had you guys so fucking fooled. It was only the bad people. And now you guys fucked around and found out because you voted him in, and now look it. Y'all thought because your skin was light enough that you were going to get away with the deportations. But now that it's affecting you all, you're all on the internet boo-hooing and crying. Why are we going back to this country? Why are you sending me back? I did this the right way. He doesn't give a shit. When are you going to learn? If you're brown, if you speak Spanish, he wants you fucking gone. Gone. And now you fuck around and you found out.
And the rest of the Latino community just going ham. I mean, I think they were just lying in the weeds waiting on that to happen to the Cubans. I think they were just waiting for the Cubans' name to come up, and then they just press send. I think they had all those in drafts already.
So I heard in the news yesterday that a lot of Cuban-Americans who are Trump supporters are soon going to be able to order their Cuban sandwiches in Cuba. I'm jelly.
But then I thought to myself, maybe it's something that I'm missing. What do they say? You never know what you would do until you put yourself in somebody else's shoes. You never know how you might behave. Now, I do feel like whatever shoes I might be put in, I could not be racist and xenophobic. But let's see. Trump voter says she feels betrayed as husband deported to Cuba, leaving her to raise kids alone. Now, that doesn't sound right. I couldn't imagine she would have voted for Trump if the possibility was that her husband could be deported. Now here's the thing. I went to try and find this story, so I searched Trump supporter husband deported, and the first story that I found was about a whole nother family. Undocumented husband of Indiana Trump supporter deported to Mexico. That was the first story that I found. The second story I found was from 60 Minutes, talking to the man's friends. Deported man's wife and friends rethink voting for Trump. So apparently in that case, it wasn't just the man and his wife, the friends, the whole group. The whole group went and voted for Trump and got him packed up. I wasn't even going to cover none of that. That's just what I found on the way to her. But the third story was the charm.
Siendo totalmente traicionada y sé que a lo mejor no lo digan, angustiada, desesperada y decepcionada. Así dice estar esta madre cubana Lillian Pais luego de que su esposo fuera deportado por la administración del presidente Trump, a quien ella le dio su voto.
Creía que quizás con el mandato del presidente, las personas que eran delincuentes eran los que se iban a ir y los que tenían pues un récord sea limpio y demás, pues iban a tener una oportunidad.
La pesadilla de Alian Méndez Aguilar comenzó en el 2019 cuando cruzó la frontera sur y pidió asilo político en Estados Unidos bajo la visa I-220B, pero inmigración le negó su petición aunque lo dejó en libertad en el país mientras apelaba el fallo. Y es que en su cita de inmigración el pasado 25 de abril la pareja fue separada y notificada que Alian permanecería bajo custodia del gobierno por una orden de deportación vigente.
En un ratito pues sale la abogada y me entrega un sobre amarillo con su pertenencia y yo, pero ¿qué está pasando? ¿Qué está pasando? ¿Dónde está mi esposo? Y pues bueno, ahí ella me dice que lo habían detenido.
Él fue trasladado a varios centros de detención desde Homestead en el sur de Florida, Arizona y Luisiana antes de ser enviado en un vuelo a Cuba. Alian denuncia el maltrato que recibió en ese tiempo.
Y el trato en lo que es la deportación, en los traslados es súper malo porque vienes esposado de los pies, la cintura y las manos.
Pues ahora Lillian enfrenta la difícil situación de tener que cuidar a su hijo parapléjico y a su hija pequeña de 3 años completamente sola.
Estoy ahora batallando con la niña, mi otro niño, intentando conservar mi trabajo. Perdí el ingreso de mi esposo, que era el principal de la casa.
Tras esta dura separación, Lillian le envía un mensaje al presidente Trump.
Que nos dé una oportunidad. No pienso que es justo para todos.
Y dice que mientras tanto seguirá luchando por su familia.
I think this is my last time doing this video because right now I'm just beating a dead horse. If you see the headline, Trump voter feels betrayed after husband is deported to Cuba. Now I did have a video, but I don't want to show it. I want to go straight to the comment section, which is what took me out. The first comment absolutely cooked. You voted for this. But the second comment was the 3-pointer at the buzzer. She did not. She voted to deport everyone else's husband. God damn. And it's the truth. Certain MAGA voters really voted knowing that bad things would happen to certain people. They just didn't think that bad things would happen to them. So for the final time, I will say, cue the music.
Now, I'm not going to dance because I'm recording a video right now, and I feel terrible for your son and what he now must endure and what his future looks like by virtue of what happened to your husband. But just so I can process this, so you thought he would deport criminals, despite the fact that the other party was not holding mass deportation signs, and you wouldn't have run that risk. Then you have the issue of them criminalizing groups that were here legally. You saw that they would just characterize groups as being criminals because they felt like it, and they always happen to be brown. So you saw that they're willing to criminalize people while assuming they're going to deport criminals, and thought that it would never affect you and made you feel safe enough to vote for that party, despite the fact that the other party was doing none of that. Mendez, who had arrived in the United States back in 2019, found himself deported despite being in the midst of a family claim process. In 2020, he faced a deportation order that initially went unenforced due to Cuba's refusal to take him back. After surpassing the 90-day mark without being sent back, I'm allergic to this nonsense. He was released under supervision, during which time he settled down, started a family, and became an upstanding member of society without any legal troubles. Despite his clean record, Mendez Aguilar was caught up in a standard immigration routine interview and ultimately deported. Now, wait a minute. So he arrived in 2019. He was in the midst of a family claim process. He faced deportation in 2020, but it went unenforced. He surpassed the 90-day mark without being sent back, and he was released under supervision. So your husband was under a deportation order that went unenforced, and he was released pending supervision, and you still voted for the party holding the mass deportation signs?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Yeah, betrayed was the right word, but not out of her mouth. Mendez's story has echoed those of many Cubans who have faced asylum rejections from an increasingly stringent system, becoming yet another narrative of familial disintegration amidst capricious immigration practices. They're using all the SET words there. Then there was the story of Cuban rapper El Funky, who was a noted Latino MAGA, who posted, "I have 30 days to leave the country."
So the man you see behind me is a pro-Trump rapper who has 30 days to leave the country. But he's not just a regular rapper. This man's music went so viral, it sparked the biggest protest Cuba has ever seen in decades. Not only did this song go viral in Cuba, it even went international here in the States, to the point where senators like Marco Rubio named an entire bill after this man's song. So you could imagine the Cuban government is highly upset with this man, and it decided to lock up two of the people that collaborated with him on the song. They in jail right now getting tortured every single day. But this man was able to escape to America. So while in America, he told the American media, hey, listen, Donald Trump is the best president to have right now, both for this country and my home country.
Got him! Got him! Oh! Whoa!
Which sounds a lot like what happened to Hector Luis, doesn't it?
Well, I'll be damned. I will vote for Donald Trump. Let me ask you something, Cuban MAGA. How y'all feel about this? How do you feel about this? Cuban MAGA activist Hector Luis Valdez Culcho has been arrested by ICE, and he is being sent to Guatemala Bay.
What bay was that? Guatemala? I don't know that one. They must have a new bay. I ain't never heard of Guatemala. Now, thankfully for El Funky, he was in fact not deported, and that's where this gets fascinating. El Funky will not be deported. Cuban rapper says his immigration case was reopened. El Funky, one of the musicians who performed on Cuban protest anthem Patria y Vida, announced that his immigration case has been reopened after U.S. authorities denied his application for permanent residency. He made the announcement on Saturday after the media reported that the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services denied his petition under the Cuban Adjustment Act of 1966 and gave him 30 days to leave the country or face deportation. Quote, "To all my brothers and sisters, I want to give you good news. Thanks to my legal team, my residency has been open. I have great faith in this government and the legal process. Also, regarding the rumors and fake news circulating on social media, we clarify that El Funky will not be deported." Sir, you just said, thanks to my legal team, my residency case has been open, which means that the initial reports were in fact correct. I don't know if you're trying to maybe get a couple extra pats on the head by calling it fake news, but you literally proved those reports to be correct. One thing that's fascinating about this is he thanked his legal team. Now, in a world where you wanted to appear as a man of the people, or you wanted to maybe convey a more friendlier, cuddlier side of the administration, you might have just said that you had worked through the process. But what you have openly ceded to me is, by virtue of your wealth and connections, you are able to cut a deal outside of which the rest of the rank and file Cubans are capable. That's what we're all talking about right here. And that's just based on what you said. So I don't know how the rest of the Cubans are supposed to feel about that, especially considering you were one of the ones that led them down this road. But you're gonna be all right.
Buenos días a todos ahí. Quiero hacer este video con mucha tristeza que se levantaba hoy mi familia, porque mi esposa ayer tenía una cita en migración. Como todos los años, se la adelantaron. Ella ha ido 20 veces. Y cuando fue a la cita, la dejaron detenida. Mi esposa lleva 5 años en este país, está casada conmigo, que soy ciudadano americano. Tenemos esta niña hermosa de 1 año, que depende de ella para todo. Todavía se amamanta. Le dan ataques. Cuando le sube la fiebre, le dan ataques y le da de todo. Ella depende de su madre. Estoy pidiendo ayuda a todo el que me pueda ayudar ahí. Que no sean injustos, que mi mujer no ha tenido ni un ticket en este país. 5 años desde que llevo trabajando, haciendo sustancias, haciéndolo todo legalmente. Nunca le han dado ni un ticket y la detienen. Es una injusticia, señores. Pido que me ayuden ahí, por favor.
They really thought they were different. They really thought they were better than all the rest. And they really thought they had the golden ticket. Cuban community responds with outrage after mother is deported, leaving her nursing baby behind. The deportation of Haiti Sanchez, a breastfeeding Cuban mother, has sparked outrage within the Cuban community in the U.S. And you know what? I don't have a video this time, but you know what I do have? I have my favorite song. Cue the music.
I will vote for Donald Trump. I will vote. Raise your hands, come on. For Donald Trump. Dale cintura, 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 cintura. I will vote for Donald.
Oh, you know what? Time to hit him with the remix.
Now, the story of Haiti Sanchez has gone viral, and I don't, in fact, have any information on who they supported in the election. So for all I know, they could have done their part to avoid this kind of situation and scenario. But the reason why you see that kind of reaction online, well, number one, because people are jerks online. There's no way around that. But the other reason why is because you are part of a community that has been moving like this for an extended period of time and empowered this kind of action from this administration.
This is what it's come to. A U.S. citizen is being held in a detention center by ICE. Not a resident, not a green card holder, not even someone who had applied for citizenship and gotten it, like as a grown-up, which would be valid if he had. No, he was born here in the state of Georgia. And he was traveling to Tallahassee, and there's a law in the books, which is being challenged, by the way, in Florida, that says it's illegal for an undocumented person to enter the state. The car he was in was pulled over. He wasn't driving. He was the passenger. He was suspected of no crime other than being an undocumented person entering the state, and he was arrested for that. And then he had a court date where his mother showed up with his birth certificate, handed it to the judge. The judge confirmed this is an authentic birth certificate. This person is a U.S. citizen by birth, and my hands are tied. There's nothing I can do because he's on a federal ICE hold. His crime was being brown and having a Latino name. That's what he was guilty of. And he is still incarcerated right now as a U.S. fucking citizen. Hey, Miami Cubans that are all pro-Trump, this can be you. It happens this easy. People who aren't getting due process are being shipped to a prison in El Salvador. And now people who are U.S. citizens and are proving I'm a U.S. citizen are still being incarcerated. You need to be worried.
Oh, I am. And there's this part of it, which is that once you have empowered a man that is known to play fast and loose with the law, because he ran with cases, once we decided to empower that man, then none of us could really feel safe. We see what they're doing when it comes to due process and U.S. citizens being deported. We've seen what they've said about homegrowns. So now we affected by y'all's pick-me behavior. That's where we at.
I've seen a lot of Cubans for Trump. That's unfortunately, I'm not from Cuba, I'm just half Cuban. My dad is Cuban. Your family's Cuban? Yeah. Most of my family has been here for a while. We don't have a lot of family there, but the people there are struggling. I've seen a lot of Cubans for Trump. That's unfortunately, that comes from the anti-revolution sentiment from Fidel's time. It's there is a very popular song for Trump. Yeah, there is, yeah. It's unfortunate. A lot of them come here and just turn completely capitalist and support Trump because they think it's the whole idea of the American dream. When they start getting deported, then they'll see the regime that he's putting on now.
The American dream. The American dream is what they're after, which apparently will be granted to them by virtue of the closest thing possible to the kind of regime they fled in the first place.
All right, trying to explain why the Cubans and the Venezuelans and all the minority that still support Donald Trump strongly to this day, even though Donald Trump openly disregard these minority groups and also express himself openly in public places through speech and his own actions, saying that how much he don't want these people in this country. There's only one answer, because all these people came from a dictator country and they were brainwashed their whole life before they came to the United States. They still hardwired to thinking of being submissive to the regime, and the regime ain't gonna do anything to you. That's sad and, unfortunate, because they cannot switch to this U.S. mindset yet, because you stand up. If the government did something wrong to you, you have to stand up and fight them in court to get your right. They're not there yet. So that's why they want to support Donald Trump, because Donald Trump got them scared. And they are in survival mood now. And their only strategy in that survival mood is to support whoever threaten them to do bad things to them, so they be submissive. Okay, and that set up a very sad example and very strong example to stand up and fight Donald Trump, and don't be submissive, because at the moment you submit, you're dead, you're done for, and then there's no comeback. All right, so for those people, if you know, for everyone who watched this video, if you know that people like that, share this video with them. Keep telling them, you need to stand up and fight. If you don't support Donald Trump, he will just die like a paper tiger. That's all. Okay.
Now, I can't argue against any of that. That all checks out with what we have seen. But there's a couple things that are really interesting, because if that is the mindset, and it's been the mindset the entire time, then that means that this entire coalition that had been built with the understanding that you would move in your own best interest was always faulty. They were never to be trusted, because this is how they were going to behave when presented in a moment like this. That's number one. And number two, moving forward, you said they're not there yet. Where are they now? Where are they now? Because they will have to get to a point of advocating for themselves for us to actually build said coalition. So I need to know where they are now. And there's also this part of it too. You said that they will submit in order to go into survival mode and to protect themselves, but they're not above throwing out somebody else as a sacrifice now, are they? The Cuban support of Trump is hilarious to me, as is most Hispanics. They really bought into the notion that Trump will only go after black people, which they were absolutely okay with. And now they're wondering why we won't put our black bodies in harm's way for them. The FAFO. I talked about this in the Venezuelan video. I talked about this. I said we were out there. We were trying to spread the word. We were railing against the blatant racist nature of the campaign. And some of us still out here giving voice opposed to what's going on. I've been doing it. Despite the information you've communicated, you're willing to do for me. Or for the rest of us, for that matter. Yep. And now you see why my man was dancing. I wasn't going to dance. I wasn't going to dance. But, you know, now you see. Are you still dancing over there?
I will vote for Donald Trump.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Okay. By the way, y'all can always call Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio should help y'all out. Wait a minute. Oh, it was Rubio who sent them?
Oh my God!
Oh, Rubio's in that car pointing people out right now. Well, that checks. I mean, you can't expect Marco Rubio to act any differently than y'all did, now can you? Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hopefully you got a chance to catch the live premiere. As I mentioned last time, I premiere all of my videos and I love the opportunity to chat with you guys while you are seeing the content for the first time. And we keep those chats going over on Patreon, where we have the community chats. All you need to participate is an account, which you can sign up for free over at patreon.com/Reese Waters. So get yourself an account, jump in the chat, and while you're there, take a look around and let me know what you think of the place. We also offer all the same benefits that are available here on membership on Patreon as well. Now, I'll be honest. I have been working a lot. I've been out here working like Tommy from Martin.
If you can't find any work, I'll put in a good word for you at my job, man.
You ain't got no job, man!
I've been making so much content that we've had to put out multiples a day some days, or as I call it, BOGO. So be on the lookout for additional notifications. Just because you've seen one video come out doesn't mean another one might not. And those of you early birds, of which I am not one, you are in luck, because I do want to try out dropping some videos in the morning, because I know you guys like to watch content early in the morning. Now, that also gives me the opportunity to put out some behind the scenes content, so you members be on the lookout for that, as well as some interviews. I'm going to be bringing those to you as well.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today, and we will leave you with I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live!
But when it comes to exactly how we got to a point of producing so much content, so many people went into this, but I want to give some special love to our researcher on the channel, Regina. You guys know her and you love her, and here she is right here. Shout out to her supporting the channel, which, by the way, this shirt and a whole lot more is available at reesewaters.com, so make sure you check that out. But as long as she's still out here doing her thing, I'm going to be out here doing my thing. There's a whole lot more to come. Don't make me go to the Trump.